Hey everybody, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You are watching this video, which means that you don't have any money. So you said, hey, you know what we can do for Valentine's Day? I have this really creative idea. We're gonna watch this new marriage show. It's called Marriaging.
Super cool.
And it's free. So hey!
Welcome to Marriaging. Welcome to Marriaging.
It's so sweet.
Episode 1.
Hey, but like this is one episode, so we can't just be like, welcome to Marriaging. We have to go like, it's Marriaging.
We do.
No, I guess we don't. Welcome to Marriaging. Okay, so this is Marriaging.
Mm-hmm.
It's episode 1 of lots of episodes.
Lots of episodes.
And you say, well, what the heck is Marriaging?
It's weekly conversations inspiring present and future spouses to discover and activate their oneness superpower.
She is good. Oh, sorry. That's super. We're just gonna give you a brief synopsis of what this whole thing's about and why you should give us 15 minutes of your day once a week on Fridays.
You know, I also think that we need to tell them this isn't, marriaging isn't for people whose marriage house is on fire, correct?
No, yeah, because if you're in crisis mode with your spouse and you tune into this and you think, man, this is going to fix everything, it ain't going to fix everything.
It can be helpful.
But it is not going to fix it.
But you may need more help, intense help.
A lot more help.
But we have a couple of places that you definitely can go. And one of those places is called themarriagerefuge.com.
And we're going to put that, you'll see it, it's be on the screen somewhere around here.
Somewhere.
And all it is it's a place, there's a wise couple who want to invest in your marriage and help you, counsel you, encourage you. So anyway, just go to their website, check it out, and tell you all about it. But there's also intense counseling. There's places that we recommend, like the Soul Care House that's right here in San Diego, if you're from San Diego. If you're not from San Diego and you're tuning in, there is literally professional care counselors that want to help you anywhere where you are. You just have to go look for them. Marriaging, 15 minutes of power-packed information, encouragement, high five, challenging. There's gonna be a little bit of homework. No. It's good homework though. It's homework that you're gonna really enjoy. It may involve removing clothing, so that's good.
Okay.
No?
Well, people who are watching this in their dating.
For the guys. Oh, if you're dating, it definitely does not involve removing clothing. It probably involves adding clothing to your current wardrobe, whatever you have on. Because I know some of you are dating. Hey, okay. and by the way, if you're dating right now and you're just tuning in by yourself, okay, because your date or your boyfriend, girlfriend are saying, I'm not interested in that, break up with them. There was this one of my favorite cartoons was the Hall of Justice. It was like this, it was a Marvel cartoon, and what happened was they gather all these superheroes together. So Wonder Woman was there, and Superman, and Flash, and it's so awesome. And Flash would be playing ping pong by himself. It was the best. So, but there was these two superheroes. They were aliens. They're from another planet. And Zan and Jane. Zan, by the way, coolest name ever for a guy. Jane and Zan. Zan's like so cool out there, and then Jane. I don't know. And Zan, he would take the form of any sort of water, ice, steam, and it could be anything. And then Jane, she could take the form of any animal. All right, but alone they could do nothing. Only when they called each other into each other's presence and said, Wonder Twin powers activate, and they would have to fist bump or hold hands, or they'd have to touch each other, and then they'd say, Wonder Twin powers activate. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Is once their Wonder Twin powers were activated, then they can literally take their superpowers, the water shapeshifter and the animal shapeshifter, and they become these massive, mighty, crazy, enemy defeating champions. As we were talking about how we want to inspire marriages and how we want to inspire couples that are married or couples that are pursuing marriage or single people that really want to be married one day is that. If I could say one thing that I would desire for every married couple, it's that. Figure out what your superpower is and figure out what your spouse's superpower is and Wonder Twin powers activate.
I really believe that, like, I guess as a singer, right, I would be able to, I look at it like when I sing, like whatever I'm singing, I have the ability to change the atmosphere, shift the atmosphere. If I go into a studio, even if people, don't know me, someone's in a bad mood, I can carry something in there and I can help shift the atmosphere, right? If people are stressed out or whatnot. But I really believe, like, as I'm called to be an interior designer kind of in this season as well, that me being able to go into a home or a business and create something and help shift that atmosphere. I believe that for families, like when people walk into our home, when you come home, I have, the greatest joy being able to create atmosphere so that, not only that it looks good, but it feels good when you come home. And so I carry that with me and I create an atmosphere for us and our children, and so do you. But that's really my why. I believe, like, when we come together, we have the ability to change the atmosphere for each other. Because some days you're really strong, most of the time.
No, that's not true.
And sometimes I'm really strong. But if we can kind of have that in the back of our minds, like we have an incredible opportunity to change the atmosphere for one another when we come together. That's really my why for marrying, because I believe that sometimes people just give up and they don't. It's about the atmosphere of the heart too. It's not just it's everything. But I think that's why I have a passion for marrying and having these conversations and helping people see that they have more inside of them than they realize.
But her why, my why, very, very different, but very similar and very important to understand that we want you to get your superpowers and figure out how to activate your superpowers together. And
then also, how can you, verbally, physically change the atmosphere in your home? Because sometimes, there are some changes that need to be made, and it doesn't have to be everything all at once. It could be just like, oh, you know what? I really didn't greet my husband yesterday. Maybe today I'll greet him differently. Like just one thing.
And by the way, we're going to have entire episodes dedicated to those topics specifically. And in fact, we're going to get into the science of changing atmosphere, like the actual science. A guy named Bruce Lipton, Change Your Brain, Carolyn Leaf. We're going to get into some.
Dr. Amen too has some really good things.
Yeah. Okay. So we got some good stuff coming up. You got to stay tuned because those things are going to be amazing.
I wish that they would come on our show.
Okay. And by the way, we're also once a month or so, we're going to have a guest couple right here, or maybe we'll go to their house and wherever they are, and we're going to interview them, and we're going to speak about their unique superpowers and how they change the atmosphere, and they are literally marrying the right way. So we're going to actually tell you stories of us and others who married the wrong way.
And I think too,
you breezed over that real quick.
No, really, to that point, I do want to say this isn't about us doing everything right. Look at us. We're so great. Be like us. It's not that. It is really about you, where you are with your marriage, or maybe you're looking to be married. And you really do need to understand, like, man, how am I wired? Like, what are my greatest strengths? How can we come together? So it's not about being Ricky and Nova Page. It's about being you and how, you coming together can be the greatest form of you together.
But 3 things today, and then next week, after you have like a few days to kind of resignate, think about these 3 things, then next week we'll give you 3 more.
Yeah.
Yep. Tell them number 1.
Number 1 is create family anchor points.
Create family anchor points, or I'll say it this way: create foundational beliefs. These are principles that you're going to live by.
One of our foundational beliefs is that we believe in God. We trust God. We're committed to Him and to each other. So that is foundational. That never changes. Yeah.
Got it. Number 2.
Take an honest assessment of yourself.
Oh, snap.
That's really hard some days.
It's really hard every day. You know what's really easy? To take an honest assessment of everybody else that's pissing you off.
That is way easier. It's way easier to do that.
Yeah.
But it's more challenging to go, you know what? I'm being selfish right now. I'm being self-centered. I'm thinking about myself. And it is really important to have, honestly, to have an open conversation, an honest assessment of yourself. And then I think, you know, something that we've done is allowing each other into those blind spots and asking, like, am I being this way?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honest, okay, but here's the thing. It's an honest question. But if you're hoping to get an honest answer, you got to be willing to not be defensive about it. So, for example, if I say, was I being abrupt in my conversation?
Yes.
And if I hear her say yes, and immediately I go, no, I wasn't, then why am I even asking? You know
Sweet. Okay, well, we will talk later.
Or not, right?
Not. Yeah.
The honest assessment of yourself is this. The keywords are this. Honest. Got that?
Yeah.
And the next keyword is self. Honest assessment of yourself. Okay, so here's what we're asking you to do. It's a brave thing. It's a bold thing. It's like, what is Ricky not doing very well at? Right?
Yeah, or what is coming out of you that, you know, because sometimes things come out of us and we're like, that's just not me. That's not who I am. But the truth is, if it's coming out of you, it is definitely in you.
And the third thing that we're going to ask you to do this week in the next 7 days.
Find one fantastic thing about your spouse.
One fantastic thing.
Maybe something that they say or they do, or...
Now, maybe you're mad at each other, and it will seem more like this. Like,
because we were last week.
Yeah, we got in a fight last week.
Do you remember what that was about?
Yes. About you.
Shoot. Obviously, I forget all the garbage things.
No, it was probably me. But it was like, you know what it was? It was about our son, our 19-year-old son.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I didn't like how she said something to him, and so I corrected her in front of him, and then she didn't like how I corrected her in front of him, and she literally did like this. I kid you not. She looked at me and did like this.
I did. And
that's
not usually my MO, but it came out of me.
I'm glad.
So it was what I was dealing with.
Whoa. And I literally walked out. And you know what our son did? Guys, don't fight. And so we just went.
Because I'm the one that, because he was confessing to us that he got his earpods stolen. I was like,
hey,
where
by the way, if you stole his earpods, A, you go to a Christian school, and B, you stole.
Goodness.
Give them back, please.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. I don't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, they got stolen, and I was like, well, immediately I go into Mama, well, where were you? Where'd you put them? Like, and how can we never let this happen again? I'm like into like, tick, 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 tick. And this one.
Okay, so there was a better way. I could have been nicer. I wasn't very nice.
And I know that I
especially when I got the hand. I really wasn't nice.
Yeah.
I didn't get the finger, though. That's good. Whoa. Hey, but here's the thing. That right there can become then what's up here forever. And I'm just going to hang on to that until the next fight we have. And then I'll hang on to that. And then I'll remember that she wasn't nice and she gave me that and then the next fight. And all I'm doing is stacking up bricks on a wall that ultimately will cover it up.
So we had an honest conversation.
We did.
And it was hard.
Yeah, it was. It sucked.
It sucked.
Because I wanted to have sex and then that's what took over our night. For real.
Oh my goodness. It's true.
It's true. So not only did we not do it, but we had to have this like crazy conversation.
But because it's a core value for us to communicate, that was what was important. Like we had to not let anything like come between us so that there's not these bricks building in between us and a wall. And as hard as it was, I think we were both wrong.
We were. I mean, one of us was more wrong than the other, but
we're marrying.
We're marrying. You're marrying.
We're marrying.
And even if you're single, you're marrying, and you're getting a head start on your marrying, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, thanks for joining us this week. And next week we're gonna unpack some stuff. We're gonna give you 3 things. We're gonna give you some questions. We're gonna give you a homework assignment. We're gonna deal with a few questions that you have. So, write in the comments below. Write those questions you have, and we'll pick out a couple of them, and we'll try to knock them out of the park.
Okay.
Hey, bye everybody. We'll see you next week.